Hero shooters are dying out, man. Every hero shooter sucks apparently. I hope Apex pops up. I wanna if Apex pops up, I wanna know what it truly is about. Cause I love Apex. I think I loved Overwatch until they screwed it over. Um, but hopefully we don't have to worry about that. Cause Overwatch is shitty. Paladins died too, actually. Matter of fact, chat. Paladins died too. Holy shit, damn. There's a lot of hero shooters that have died. We're gonna do this first though. Shout outs to Couch Co-op. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna post this into the chat too. Cool. We're gonna post that, and we're gonna give him a like, and we're gonna figure out what this is about.
Are more popular than they've ever been, yet we hate them more than ever as well. Wait, that doesn't add up. Why do these games make so much?
I got into hero shooters because of Overwatch, and SQC was a big help with that, man. Watching him rage as Winston in Overwatch was hilarious.
Money if nobody likes them. This is how hero shooters have caught the industry in a vice grip, and how we made it this way. It's hard to think of the FPS genre nowadays without referencing hero shooters. Since Overwatch kickstarted the trend in 2016, plenty of...
And all the porn. Don't forget about the porn. Serious? Dude, chat, I'm not lying to you. I'm being dead ass when I tell you that the porn was the biggest reason why Overwatch succeeded. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I swear to God.
Developers have had their takes on the idea, and not all of them have panned out great. A lot of people play...
I hated Concord. Yes!
People play Overwatch. A lot of
The GOAT.
play Valorant. I guess those all count. But let's look at the batting percentage for hero shooter over here, shall we? Lawbreakers.
Oh.
Battleborn.
Oh.
Gigantic. Good
What was that? What game was that?
This is called Quake Champions.
All right, Grandpa, let's get you to bed. Dirty Bomb.
What?
Don't.
Oh.
Concord.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about Concord.
The trailer was entertaining, though. It was very Marvel-esque. I think everything is trying to base off of Marvel nowadays, but I mean, shit. The trailer was entertaining. Something about a hot sauce bottle, right? And them running from some people and stuff. God, Concord was so trash.
Don't worry. Look, these games can be well designed.
It's Timmy, the GOAT! I love Apex.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a popular one or a successful one. And gamers miss personalization. What happened to
Well, I mean, at least it's not just Overwatch anymore. Like, I remember for a while where for shooters in specific, we didn't have another Overwatch. We really didn't. COD tried with like their operator system with like the specialists or whatever the fuck it was, and it wasn't the same though. For a very long time we had a problem. In my opinion, we had a very serious problem, and it was we had Overwatch and Paladins. If you played Paladins, you was broke. If you played Overwatch, I mean, it was cool. I mean, Overwatch was the shit. But when we got Apex and then we got Valorant, not even a year later, oh, we were eating good, man. A hero shooter battle royale and then a hero shooter is like CS:GO. Like, come on. Oh man, like I'm so glad hero shooters exist. In my opinion, I enjoy hero shooters because I love shooters, and the gun customization has always been nice, but it never compared to having heroes, bro. Heroes really bring the game to life, in my opinion, man. Shooters in general for a very long time had a problem, and that was like it was just guns, you know. You got gun skins, gun cosmetics, gun packs, and then maybe map packs, and that was like it. But yeah.
Create a class. Why can't I make my character play the way I want to? Here's an idea. What if you could combine the stealthy cam hiding abilities of Nuh with the sneaky teleports and smokes of Omen? What if I could slide and hop around like Wraith? Sorry, not that Wraith. This Wraith, but with Reaper's shotguns. What if I could fly around like Mercy with an explosive crossbow? Concord? Wait, that's just tries.
Oh my god.
Alright, well, my point is, the individual mechanics aren't always what people have an issue with. A lot of the time, people just won't give these games a fair shake because of audience fatigue. Audience fatigue is a fancy marketing term for people who are bored. Now, if it's not how everybody feels,
Yeah, that's also true.
well, clearly many hero shooters are still beloved with class synergies, tactics for fun.
No matter how much I want Overwatch to die, chat, I really want Overwatch to die. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Overwatch. I never truly got into the game, like deep into it. I put in a couple hundred hours. Yes, I put in a couple hundred hours, and it still wasn't for me.
Fighting every matchup, and a variety of engagements that keep things fresh and interesting, as well as, of course, satisfying gunplay. But to pull this off, you gotta do something remarkable to stand out in a crowded market, and right now, people don't feel like a lot of these games offer anything unique. What it comes down to is
They don't offer anything different. Shooters are a very tightly correlated design. They're tightly designed games in very specific ways, and when you go outside that bubble, people don't care. So you have to stay within that bubble that has been created by the developers for many years. And when you go out of it, people hate it. People hate characters that are actually creative in Overwatch in hero shooters.
gamers want something new, and gamers often don't trust new devs to pull that off, especially
Make shooters great again. Don't forget it, chat. Make shooters great again. Oh.
the market feels so commercial and plastic these days. Hero shooters are often targeted because of how dominant they are, and they also often exhibit an over-reliance on their character-driven mechanics, putting monetization at the forefront as well.
Yep.
This stifles creativity and
I
frustration.
still remember when Respawn did this shit. I was so fucking pissed. I wasn't even playing the game at the time, and I was so pissed. Because why are you gonna split your battle pass in half and act like it's a different mechanic? It's a new thing. All you're doing is milking people more of $10. Ugh. Disgusting.
Frustrates players. But what can we do to fix it? Well, you might be surprised to find that the solution actually might be visible in hero shooters themselves. Ironically, it might be worth examining the one that started it all.
Oh no, not Grandpa. Please don't take Grandpa out of the nursing home. I thought we let him die. I thought he was slowly like chipping away, man. Why are you doing this to Grandpa? Why are you doing this to Grandpa? Get him back in his wheelchair. This game was so goated.
It's 2007. Everybody's playing COD on the Xbox 360, and a lot of PC gamers are locking in on Counter-Strike Source. But some people are locking in on Battlefield 2. At the time, Battlefield was important for establishing the logic behind the class-based shooter, and that's where Heroes got their start. Wait, no, not Battlefield Heroes. Go back. Battlefield had pretty distinct jobs. Rifle guy,
You know, he's actually got a very good point here. I never actually thought about that. It was technically Battlefield who started this trend of having certain types of weapons be tied to a specific class. So when you picked a different class, you were basically picking a different character. Fair point. I never thought of it like that. I actually never thought of it like that, chat. He's got a really good point. I'm actually engaged.
guy who deals with tanks, guy with big gun, long-range guy. You get the idea. This was a logic that had bearing in reality too. Anti-tank, rifleman, machine gunner, engineer, yada yada. These concepts of strategic role assignment worked in warfare just as it does in video games for one simple reason. Video games are real life. Inside the heart of every military game LARP guy burns the soul of the ancient warrior. The point is,
What's funny about this? And this person knows, they know me personally. We're very great friends. But I find it very ironic that he's in the military and all he does is play military shooter games. How ironic, huh? Oh, how fate can be.
you give somebody a specific list of strengths and weaknesses, put them on a team with others that make up for each other's weaknesses, and then you have a well-rounded team. Competition requires teamwork, so if you put that in a video game, you can actually incentivize teamwork without having to force anybody to do it. Battlefield 2 had 7 classes, which was a lot, but Team Fortress 2 would turn that up a notch by adding 2 more for a total of 9. This roster would cover every base you could possibly want, from fast and nimble characters to big and destructive ones. Some flavor existed in the form of an invisibility cloaking spy and a flamethrower class. As far as hero shooter balancing is
Demo Man and Medic were the best. Demo and Medic were the funnest characters to play. Pyro was okay. But I didn't care for Scout. I didn't even care for the Sniper. I didn't care for the Spy. And Heavy was okay. But Demo Man and Medic, so fun. Also, by the way, Mercy was a total ripoff of Medic. But we're not going to talk about that.
Concern. Team Fortress 2
Overwatch was an original idea.
was considered a case study at one point. Sticking to 9 classes means each of them are fine-tuned to ensure no single one becomes overwhelmingly broken. Now, competitive Team Fortress 2 kind of boils it down a little bit, but that's another topic. For the vast majority of people, every class on Team Fortress 2 can have a big contribution. Your mileage may vary, but everybody has a shining moment. More importantly, every class can have fun. Also, you could tweak existing classes into really fun subclasses. Valve made a killing off of this game, adding marketplace functionality.
The Soldier was also really fun, too. The Soldier was also really fun, too. What was the turret guy's name? The Builder? Was it Builder? The guy who had the turret. Who was basically just Torbjorn. I think it was Builder.
Where players could trade unique weapons and, of course, silly cosmetics, but you could turn an explosives class into a hard-hitting melee class. Team Fortress 2's timeless artistic design also meant that you didn't have to focus on real.
This game's art style was so creative, it's never aged. It still feels new, man. I miss, dude. Oh my god. Oh, I miss when Valve made games. Oh, the era. You kids nowadays just don't know, man. When Valve made games, oh, it was so good. Oh, it was so good. We had Counter-Strike, Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, motherfucking, like, Portal, like, Half-Life. Oh, even Dota. Oh, and I don't even like those kind of games. I don't even like those kind of games. It was goated though.
Realism. It's a zany action espionage romp like Norman Rockwell met the A-Team. It's reminiscent of the cheesy but endearing spy flicks and comic books of the mid-20th century. It's just cool, but it also communicates to the customer that while the game isn't for kids, it's not sweaty and serious like Counter-Strike. Team Fortress 2's characters had personality too, with memorable voice acting and mannerisms that made them rife for creative adaptations.
Gentlemen.
Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe. But I have not met one who can outsmart Bullet. Come on, man. Come on. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Each of the mercs from Team Fortress 2 have immortalized themselves in the collective consciousness of gaming culture. Valve's Meet the Team cinematics were part of the backbone of early YouTube, with millions of views as far back as the late 2000s.
Oh, here it is.
Small feat at the time.
I am very weapons.
TF2's creative aspects didn't feel like afterthoughts. They were important bridges to form an emotional connection with the player base.
Who touched
Of equal
Sasha?
importance was the topic of information conveyance in the designs of the mercs. Game developers at Valve remarked on this themselves.
The more your art direction can use well-understood visual representations, the less work you have to do to explain your game elements. For instance, put the massive heavy next to the pinstripe-suited spy, and players understand both the numerical health differences between the classes and their very different gameplay styles.
Team Fortress 2's
Valve was so ahead of their time. Like, I know I am sucking the massive cock of Valve right now. My girlfriend's looking at me. I know I'm sucking the massive cock of Valve right now, but dude, Valve was so ahead of their time, chat. Valve was so ahead of their time, man. It's actually insane. Valve was so ahead of their time.
whose visual storytelling language was so effective that it still holds up to this day, sometimes getting remarks from A-list influencers.
Who's making your starting 5 out of the Team Fortress 2 characters? Okay, first things first. We're gonna go with Heavy Man. So we're gonna go with it, right? It's my starting 5, right? So we're gonna go with Heavy Man.
So yeah, Team Fortress 2 is really cool, yada yada, but what if you don't like shooter games? 2 years later, League of Legends launched in October
Oh,
of
shit,
2009
yeah.
with 17 different characters.
League of Legends has
In
been
this
out
game,
since...
you had a top
League of Legends has been out since 2009. I have not been aware of this information. Are you serious? Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Oh my.
Top-down view on a character that you directed with mouse clicks around the map. Abilities were set to keybinds. Each character had a unique, powerful ult. This game popularized the MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. These games would more or less supplant the popularity of real-time strategy games, at least in the esports scene, with StarCraft 2 being the last vestige of it. Since the game wasn't a shooter,
I never got
it
into
was
these.
beyond with what the characters could actually do, at least in theory. You had a hunted scarecrow, you could be a werewolf, standard fantasy archer, you could play as a frog who beats dudes over the head with a lamppost.
Sick.
Personally.
Sick.
Gameplay was accessible. Just click around the map, click on bad guys, the rest is history. Anybody who follows gaming even a little bit knows how massive League of Legends is by now, even if you're not a gamer. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
there was
Arcane.
still ground that hadn't been tread on yet for FPS games. This kind of variety could work in the FPS space, but it would take some time. Years would pass, and in 2016,
Overwatch.
two games would make this ambitious approach. Rainbow Six Siege
Oh yeah, Rainbow 2. That's right. Rainbow did the same shit.
operators, and Overwatch would do the same with 21 heroes of its own. This was a level of volume for FPS games.
I respect the hell out of Rainbow. I don't play it. I don't play it. I haven't played it in years. But I respect the hell out of Rainbow. Because it took a military aesthetic and actually made it cool. And actually had characters that were in line and made sense for its aesthetic and art style and its lore and story and world. It may not be for everybody, but damn, it was good. Damn, it's still good. That's Ubisoft's like saving grace right now, man. Ubisoft is a shitty company, but hey, you know what? Hey, Rainbow. Hey, chat, Rainbow. Some good stuff.
Gameplay that hadn't really been achieved yet in terms of the sheer variety. The range of gameplay roles you could occupy was huge, and it established
Until Brig ruined it.
that game devs nowadays can't seem to get
If
away
you know
from.
who Brigida
Guy
is.
that charges and smashes up close. Fast, dashing guy. Guy with a high damage 6-shot revolver, the gunslinger class. A healer class, so you could duo with your girlfriend. A flying rocket launcher class, so you could duo with your girlfriend. General purpose shoot bang guy, sniper chick. Character who loves turrets, like their whole thing is turrets. I think you get the idea. Now, how many of these classes exist in other games now? A lot. A lot of them.
Don't do Bangalore like that. Bangalore is way cooler than the Soldier 76. I will not take this Bangalore slander, okay? I will not take it, okay? Don't do this to me. Bangalore is cooler than that. Come on now, chat.
If you make a hero shooter now, you have to have a turret person. You have to have a gunslinger. Sometimes this makes it
These characters are so butt ugly in Concord. So ugly.
easier for the game to onboard players because players who get sick of the old game can come to the new game and still retain some of the skill floor that they had. You don't have to learn every nuance of the game if you're just really good on Gorglob. Yeah, it's Tim. He's a menace on Gorglob. Business-related implosions aside, the hero shooter that proved this concept could work at a large scale with a live service content model was Overwatch.
Yep.
Now, Rainbow Six Siege had skinny fast characters and big slow armored characters, sure. But Overwatch, having a cartoony art style, again, could make it really clear and obvious.
I have a buddy, another buddy. This ain't the same one I mentioned. No, this is another buddy of mine. He hates shooters. Never got into them. Never really understood them. You know, and like he only played like racing games and like action games, and even he played the absolute hell out of Overwatch, and even plays Apex to this day. Like, it's insane how big the scope of this game was when it was with its popularity.
Who was the tank? Who was the damage dealer? Who was the healer? The game had clear, demarcated roles with specific jobs to perform, kind of like World of Warcraft. Big guy takes hits and needs healing, damage dealers do the bulk of the gunfighting. It's simple and easy to understand, but you can play around with these roles and offer unique gameplay loops for each of the characters. Lack of reliance on a realistic gameplay approach also gave the design team even more wiggle room. there was a ninja that could climb walls and combo slashing dash attacks for high damage kill chains.
Genji was so hard to play.
Blizzard took a cue out of Valve's playbook with their own cinematics, chronicling the backstories of the game's most popular characters. And while it's often an emotionally charged argument, the game's diversity was an important aspect of its appeal and marketing strategy. Overwatch looked like it was going to be a money printer forever. Its esports component was so popular that it got coverage on ESPN. Rainbow Six Siege was undergoing a big rise off of the esports trend as well, but as time would show, the momentum for both
The Overwatch League failed because the meta was trash. People were tired of watching that shit. That's what happened, chat. I was there to see it.
of these games wouldn't last forever. There's just one problem with constantly adding new characters to your game.
The meta gets messed up.
Eventually, you add so many that it's hard to keep track of them all.
Yep.
The barrier to entry gets higher and higher every year. But this also has a double-edged effect in sunk
Look at
costs,
Jinxie.
where players who increase their proficiency at one game may have a hard time playing something else. This makes the market saturated and even more difficult to penetrate. A tragic case study of this was Lawbreakers. Directed by Cliff Bleszinski, a key man behind the critically acclaimed Gears of War franchise, Cliffy B, as he was known, started his own company with the intention of being a key playmaker in the industry. While the game's inclusion of zero-gravity zones and interesting movement text was certainly different, its existence as a hero game was not. Overwatch was dominating the hero shooter category, and to make things even more competitive, PUBG had exploded onto the scene, starting the Battle Royale.
I think this is where Apex is going to come in, because Apex took traditional shooter aspects and hero shooter aspects and combined the two together in a popular genre at the time. That's why Apex succeeded. Apex succeeded on a goddamn whim. It only succeeded because it took the right elements from the right games at the right time. I know it, trust me, I know it.
Trend. Boss Key was a mid-sized developer competing with the massive marketing budget of Blizzard, and it had a difficult time getting the unique selling points of Lawbreakers.
I've never heard this game.
Mainly because they didn't embrace it. It was shy about its hero shooter lineage. It almost seemed ashamed of it. Ashamed of the fact that it was in Overwatch's shadow. Lawbreakers tried to get potential customers to pay no mind to the hero shooter mechanic behind the curtain, but nobody was buying it. Literally, a strategic misstep made things worse. In a surprise to everyone, Lawbreakers backpedaled on a free-to-play model and gave it a $30 price tag. Perhaps even more damaging was the decision to exclude the game from the Xbox One platform, despite Cliff's strong association with the Xbox.
Wait, what did I say? I kind of zoned out there. PS4 version of Lawbreakers confirmed. PC crossplay ruled out because it's dumb. That aged like cheese.
Exclude the game from the Xbox One platform.
That aged like
despite
cheese.
Cliff's strong association with the Xbox brand through Gears of War. Both of these decisions cut out a significant amount of potential customers. The game was entering a saturated market with a lot of baggage, and limiting its market penetration potential was a death sentence. Despite good reception from critics and a small but dedicated fan base, the game shut its servers down in 2018 without enough cash flow to sustain itself. It's not unfair to say that Lawbreakers effectively put Boss Key Productions out of business. Trying to obfuscate the fact that you have a hero shooter when you have a hero shooter is a great way to set yourself up for failure, and this isn't the only time this happened. Another game called Battleborn had a similar problem.
Oh god. Oh, I do remember this game. Oh, all I hear is shitty stuff about this game.
Marketed with cinematics and visual flair,
If people thought that Paladins was poor man's Overwatch, then this was like homeless man's Overwatch.
that seemed emblematic of League of Legends. Turns out the game was a hero shooter, and that seems to be a recurring theme with games that want to compete in this space. Which is fine, but hero shooters are a massive market, so it pays to be honest with your audience. A game that did this remarkably well was Apex Legends, arriving on the scene of the Battle Royale craze in 2019.
The GOAT.
With its
The
own
GOAT.
hero-based take on the formula. But there's one common thread with all of these hero shooter titans. Rainbow Six, Overwatch, Apex included. Eventually, people got sick of them.
People been sick of Apex. Even I took a break from Apex for a very long time. I just got back into it, matter of fact.
The dedicated fan bases didn't get sick of them, but the general breadth of the gaming landscape did. Game communities started to atomize.
People are
They
tired
started
of
to
battle
exist
rails.
completely unto themselves. The main reason for this? A lot of these games started to become very complex and off-putting. 3 years after its release, some complaints started started to become evident with Rainbow Six Siege. The game didn't resemble how it existed in 2015. Similar complaints came up with Overwatch, adding so many characters to maintain its live service model. At the time of this video's publication,
I hated the double shield meta that existed in Overwatch before 2 came out. Double shield was so aggravating in Overwatch. If you're an Overwatch player, then you should know what double shield was. You get Sigma or Narissa next to each other, or Reinhardt and Orisa. Dude, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't do anything. You were screwed.
Overwatch has 40 heroes total. Rainbow Six Siege went from 20 characters to 72.
Damn.
Ubisoft insists the game will reach 100 characters one day.
Shit.
They also insist that each of these characters are going to be distinct from one another. Is that even possible? Well, a lot of people would tell you that it isn't. And some would say it's not even worth it. Let's try to make a hero-based shooter ourselves. I've got an idea for a game called Dual Strike. It's a 2v2 competitive FPS game that I just released, and it's got 5 unique characters. To choose 2 out of these 5, it will give you 10 possible combinations for your duo lineup. Alright,
Only 10? That's lame. I want 20 options because I'm an important person. I matter more than the other guy. I want 20 options for my character, as the losers say, as they complain. That's how these go.
that's easy to remember. Play that game a whole bunch, and you can eventually get an understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of you and your duo's character. The game's doing pretty well, so let's release some new characters to get people excited. Our 2 new characters just bumped up our possible combinations to 21 possible lineups. This content model's working. Okay, let's just do this every 3 months. Let's plan a year's worth of content, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years later. Assuming we add 2 characters to Dual Strike every fight.
This game mode was so fun in Modern Warfare 2019. I know I'm supposed to be paying attention to the video, but this game mode right here, this 2v2 game mode, was so fun in Modern Warfare. It was so fun.
Natural quarter, that's 4 seasons in a year. Now, Dual Strike has 35 playable characters. Guess how many duo lineup combinations I potentially have? 595. In a little over half a decade, the number of possible duo lineup combinations in my new hit FPS game has skyrocketed. And this may not seem like a big deal, but it does contribute to the skill gap, and sometimes
This is why Apex stopped on they slowed down on hero releases. We get a new legend in Apex just about every year now. I know some of you people probably play Apex, some of you don't. They release characters now in Apex on a yearly basis. They had to slow down. They were doing like 3 a year, and now they're doing like 1 a year to extend the game's lifespan, because you do hit in in Apex. Okay, anyways, you hit in Apex in creativity, where you're running in the loop. You're doing the same thing over and over again. You're just changing slight things, and that becomes oversaturated. It becomes boring. Every character becomes predictable. So I understand why Apex did this, but 70 characters in Rainbow? You serious? Dude, what? That's insane.
that has an off-putting effect. To play at a competitive advantage, you have to understand how each of the lineup synergies work. So every variable you throw into the mix, the higher that barrier of entry gets. Now I want to talk about Rainbow Six Siege, because by its nature, it has unique characters for attack and unique characters for defense, meaning the same characters won't be fighting against each other ever. In Rainbow Six Siege, you choose
He's right about that. I completely forgot about that.
5 out of 36 potential attackers and 5 out of 36 potential defenders. Guess how many lineup matchups are possible in a game of Rainbow Six Siege? I'm not good at math.
Jesus.
We used a robot on the internet.
Oh my God.
Now we're arguing about what the robot was telling us.
Arguing with the robot is insane.
It's cooked, man. This is
Damn right it's cooked. What?
Spent an hour trying different prompts, trying different
Jesus.
wordings of the word problem, trying different language models. We always got around 350,000. Multiply that against the other 350,000 possibilities, and we got billions of siege matches.
There is an issue in the last hearing on.
Eventually, we gave up. This is a roundabout way of saying it's not just you. These games are extremely complex. probably the most complicated one. Not out of malice. I love Rainbow Six. Some might say I'm a bit of an expert on it. Character-driven
It's a love-hate relationship. I understand completely. I understand. We've all been there.
design doesn't always lead to bad game design, but it always inevitably leads to confusing game design, at least for some people. Over time, it ends up with a barrier of entry that's seen as way too high for the average person. And this isn't me saying the game is bad, because it's complex. Take a look at chess. The number of possible chess games is estimated to be around 10 to the power of 120. That number is so large that it surpasses the total number of atoms in the observable universe.
That's insane.
You kind of want people to keep coming back to your game with the possibility of something playing out differently. You want that. But as casinos prove, sometimes just because there's math involved doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Yeah, we love gambling, right?
When you throw the old dollar into the mix of things, suddenly you get a little thing we call conflict of interest. Want to make a quick buck? Add a character to the game that's overpowered. You can access the overpowered character early with a season pass. Then, when everybody likes your new fun character, nerf them because now.
Wait, who does that though? I mean, I know Apex technically does that. You do gotta buy the new characters, but you don't have to buy them with money. But what game? Which one of these games actually comes out with a new character and you have to buy them like exclusively from money? Because that's scummy, in my opinion.
Much of a problem. If you have a game with tons of characters, not all of them are going to be good. Some of them will be too good. Make those characters not as good, and then the players who enjoyed playing those good characters get mad because using the good character was fun. You have to ride this almost impossible to ride line between fun and balance. When it comes to adding new characters, sometimes you got to take a page out of other devs' playbooks. And gamers have a voracious appetite for new ideas. Veteran FPS players can look at Siege's Sens Wall and Valorant's Viper Wall and tell you the tactical differences between them.
Oh, this chick Viper from Apex was not see, I'm already getting to the point too quick. This chick Viper from Valorant is literally just caustic with tits, and nobody can tell me otherwise. If you're a Valorant player, I'm sorry that you're offended, but I'm just saying, man, dude, that chick from Valorant is literally just caustic with tits. Just saying.
But most people won't. These games are often useful sandboxes for devs to play around with new ideas, but sometimes it feels like they're borrowing ideas from each other too often. Sometimes at the
Oh, he's mentioning it.
or even the identity of your beloved property. Take a look at Battlefield. In 2021, even Battlefield would throw away a formula that had lasted for almost 2 decades.
Which was a very bad idea, and it blew up right in their faces. It blew up right in their faces.
Nobody was complaining about it. Everybody loved it. It's what made Battlefield Battlefield. And in 2042, Battlefield became a hero shooter. Gadgets and gear were cataloged by individual, unique personality John and Jane gun guys called specialists, who sat umbrellaed under classes. Not like it mattered because weapons were interchangeable too. Battlefield fans felt like this recent entry for the franchise lacked focus and direction and emphasized that the everything goes approach to the class design disincentivized teamwork and made it more akin to a trend-chasing battle royale. And this is a criticism.
Yeah.
The gunplay is snappy and enjoyable. Just look at the box art for the older games. Battlefield 1942 is clearly about thrilling combat with infantry, tanks, planes, and battleships in a World War II setting. Battlefield 1942 is about John Battlefield.
Man, then they ruined it.
You can do.
They ruined it.
That's not the problem. The problem is the hero shooter label has become a line item in an executive's pitch deck.
I understand now. I understand exactly what he's talking about. It's the terminology of it. It's not the hero shooters themselves, or at least the big ones. It's the actual terminology. I understand. We get it now.
Commodity, a phrase, something that a suit will include in order to make a marketing calculation. And when your art looks more like a product than art, people will say something. Your marketing strategy should not interfere with the quality of the design work. The hero shooter genre seems to be synonymous with uninspired.
Is he wearing a VR headset at the business table meeting association thing? I love stock footage. It's some of the weird shit ever.
Game development. Uninspired.
What do you say?
The hero shooter genre seems to be synonymous with uninspired game development. Uninspired is often synonymous with lack of clear visual conveyance, something that previous Battlefield games were famous for doing a good job of. It means that people who don't know what they're doing are involved in the ground level creative process, and it permeates throughout it. Take Bloodhound.
I remember playing the beta for this game, man. look at that. Dude, I can't make this shit up. Dude, that beta was so trash. Oh, man. And that was one of the first Battlefields I had played like during its beta. It was it was the most recent Battlefield that I had played since 1. And I was like, what the hell?
Are involved in the ground level creative process.
Not the first Battlefield, I meant Battlefield 1, like the y'all know what I'm talking about.
And it permeates throughout it. Take Bloodhound from Apex Legends. They stand out from the rest of the pack right away. Everybody else is kitted out in Ridley Scott sci-fi panels and seams, but Bloodhound is wearing regimented khaki and suede with big boots. Bloodhound looks like a big game hunter from another planet. Their abilities reflect this as a tracker character, with the ability to see clues revealing where enemies have been. Take a look at this guy. What do you think he does?
Does he throw the hat and it cuts somebody's head off? He's got glasses. He does something.
If you said intel or tracking type character, that's a good guess, but it's wrong.
Oh,
Healer.
what the hell? What? Really? Oh, no. What? Oh, God. Oh, God.
See the green? Alright, what about this character from Battlefield? What do you think she does? The big gun doesn't have anything to do with it. The glasses and the earpiece got nothing to do with it either. Alright, you gave it your best shot. She's a rocket launcher character.
What?
Now, you may have noticed that there's just one thing missing.
The rocket launcher. What?
Have a rocket launcher. Take a look at this guy. What do you think he does?
Oh, come on, man. We all know what he does. He builds shit. He's holding a wrench. He's got a construction hat on. Hell, he's even got a damn welding glove. He builds stuff. He's the constructionist. So clearly he builds things.
That's right. He solves practical problems. You'd think such a long-lasting trend would have a shelf life, but it just doesn't seem to go away. Concord, for example, is just one in a long list of these more recent ideas. Take a look at Marvel Rivals. Like, yeah, we haven't had a really good comic book video game in a while. That's true.
This shit
but
looks good.
Why is it a shooter game? The ever more unfortunate aspect of the situation is that games like Concord, Marvel Rivals, and Fragpunk can all be competently developed, balanced, and enjoyable games. But the first Overwatch came out almost 10 years ago at this point. Some games try to repurpose the whole hero system by...
Okay, I think this take kind of aged pretty badly because Marvel Rivals popped off. So, not saying anything couch co-op, but man, that Rivals kind of popped off. If Rivals didn't pop off, I'd be shaking my head a bit harder here.
mixing things up a little with factions. Instead of an entire kit, including the gun, the movement, and the hit points, it can be just the utility, or just the movement, or just some of the fancy gadgets. Everything else is fair game. Guys, it's not hero shooter COD. We promise it's ability COD. We don't have SBMS. Whew, alright. But that's kind of my point. XDefiant is more kind of capitalizing on Call of Duty's bad decisions, not really standing out on its own individual mechanics. But still, even if the game is good, audiences want different content to consume at this point. Oftentimes, the games come with bloat and overcrowded designs, just like the industry that they're a part of. No game stands to risk more at this point than Concord.
Yeah, it failed.
The movement looks slow, floaty, clunky. None of the characters have ultimates. It even looks a little odd, too. It looks like Walmart brand Guardians of the Galaxy. It might have been a good idea in
That's so accurate.
2018, but now? The voice acting does not help it either. On my mark. And it's got your usual hero shooter guys. Here's your big guy with a big gun. Here's your sniper. Everything that Overwatch 2 already...
Actually, I don't think that character is poorly designed out of all of them. I actually don't think this character is poorly designed. She kind of comes across as a sniper character, even if I didn't know, like, what she was about.
Pretty set in motion just ends up getting rehashed again and again and again. Another game that pivoted to a hero-esque model was Splitgate. Splitgate 2 promises to deliver some exciting competitive arena shooter action, but it looks like that game is having a
I had a group of guys one time actually try to convince me that Splitgate 1 was going to be good, and I still didn't believe it, and then it ended up failing, and then now Splitgate 2 is failing. Don't want to say I told you so, but I kind of told you so.
time trying to get people to, once again, ignore that the faction system seems eerily similar to a hero system without the phoned-in characters, which, at least they're not doing that. And I'm really excited for Splitgate 2. I think it's going to be a great game, but even when a new experience promises to excite people, the label hero shooter can be enough to make people overlook it completely.
Yeah.
Even Shroud's new game, Spectre Divide, seems to have developed a sort of
Shroud's making a game? Damn. I've been out of the loop, huh?
faction hero-esque system to allocate individual sets of gadgets to individual sponsors, like teams, like sports teams. These gadgets consist of things like flashbangs. Take a look at Valorant. Like, it's cool, you know, Phoenix has this ability to flashbang around corners really fast. That's kind of neat. But what if I could flashbang around corners, throw my flash really far off of walls? Yeah, we can't do that. That'd be overpowered. Okay, but it'd be really fun. More importantly, I wouldn't have to sit up next to a wall and flash the exact same way every single time. You understand? It's not that it's badly designed. It's not that it's not.
I think the upgrade system that they introduced into Apex Legends with its characters being able to upgrade and change their abilities mid-match was such a brilliant idea because it keeps each game mode fresh.
Skill-based. Pop off, kid. Have your crazy Valorant Twitch career. I can't keep up with you. All I'm saying is,
Can't keep up either.
A guy who could do a bunch of different things with flashbangs is a little bit more exciting to me than a guy who can only flash around corners. Games are, at their essence, escapist mechanisms. Even a sport is an escapist mechanism of some kind. They don't like having a fixed amount of set pathways to experience and interface with the game. Right now, a lot of gamers feel like the focus on hero shooters has led to a neglect of other FPS subgenres that could offer fresh and exciting experiences. Take a look at the 6v6 respawn formula that Call of Duty was once known for. Ever since that game totally pivoted to Battle Royale with Warzone, subsequent titles often have these iconic modes neglected. The overall focus of the development
Multiplayer overall has been neglected in Call of Duty.
team then has to be allocated to the Battle Royale component. At one point, if a game got a couple of new characters in its life cycle, that was a novelty, and now that's just completely
Y'all remember map packs? Y'all remember map packs? Like, come on, man. I remember map packs. Map packs were great.
worn off. New heroes for hero-based games have to follow cookie-cutter formats to ensure balance and to make sure that all the right bases are covered. The hero shooter genre needs a shakeup. Developers need to start taking risks again. The FPS genre has so much potential for creativity.
Oh, my
and
beloved.
innovation, but it's being held back by market saturation. The only way you can get away with making a new hero shooter in 2024 is if you're a studio that has a reputation that goes as far back as hero shooters themselves. And from the looks of it, I get the feeling Gabe Newell's got something to say. If you liked our video about hero shooters, watch this video.
I completely forgot about that. Valve is actually making a Valve is actually making a new hero shooter. I completely forgot about that, chat. Oh, oh, he's talking about how great Titanfall 2 was. Oh, Titanfall 2 is good. I've been seeing it right here. It's been poking its head at me for a while now. We're gonna save this for later though.